Pisces, it's the Scorpio Stellium, your no bullshit tarot card reader. We're going to do predictions for the week of October 18th. Had to think about that for a second. I'm really glad you're back because I know that we've had a struggle the last few weeks. I'm going to pull the cards as I usually do, but I'm also going to tell you the predictions, the meanings behind the cards, the conclusions that I come to, and pull the astrology in as well so that there's a lesson as well as just having your cards read. So let's take a look at this week. At the end of the reading, I'll do a pick a card for your message from the divine so that you will be in charge of that message, not me. Woo, I can shuffle today. Pisces, I think we're getting a little bit better. It's a slow process, isn't it? Okay, so we start off with the Nine of Pentacles. In the beginning of the week, Nine of Pentacles showing that you've kind of come to accept that you may have to do this on your own. But it's also a card about being, or at least getting to, a place where you feel secure in your life, in your finances, in your relationships. There's a feeling of, I'm good, I'm independent, but yet I'm happy about all of the stuff that's going on around me. I am not going to build castles in the sky, the Seven of Cups. I'm not going to pretend that this is something that it's not. I have accepted the reality of the situation, and what am I going to do about that? Three of Wands. I'm going to look forward to the future. I'm going to start putting those plans that I have into motion and not sit here and just wait for life to happen to me. This is a proactive type of card. So we start the week off with some pretty good vibes. The Nine of Pentacles is Venus and Mercury, Venus in Virgo. Venus being love, beauty, money, but in Virgo, very practical sign, we are probably talking about finances here. We're talking about having more because of our actions. So I do feel that a lot of you are making some big plans and making some moves to initiate something new. The Three of Wands being Sun in Aries. Aries is the first sign. It is very initiating. It is very both feet forward and trying to see what is going to pay off. You know, it's like that business plan, that plan of action that you want to put place in your life. Even if this is not financial, it is still putting some practical plans in place. When I move down to the second line though, Pisces, I know how you guys can get, and I think that a lot of times you get really excited about something and then it doesn't initially go the way that you want, and so you start getting down about it. I want to encourage you to stick with it and not get that way, because I'm seeing this in the middle of the week, and I want to tell you that the whole purpose of having your cards read should be to make better decisions, not to just see what's going to happen and just prepare yourself for it. It should be something that you realize you have control of your life and you have free will. So I'm telling you so that you can exercise that free will, because it looks like you go down into the second or the middle of the week with this second line, and now we have the Two of Wands reversed. What happened? It's like, no, I don't think I want to do that. I'm probably not going to be very good at it. That's the reverse Six of Wands. People are not going to respect me for it. I'm not going to get the victory here that I want. It's really, I don't want to try. So what am I going to do? I'm going to lay down in the bed and feel bad for myself. The Four of Swords is actually when we have respite, when we have rest, we take a break. And sometimes a break is a good thing, but you've barely gotten started here. Why are you taking a break at this point? It's because you are afraid, or you are holding back, or you think that you're not good enough. You think that you're not going to actually get the success that you want to have. And, you know, with that mindset, you won't. So you've got to change the mindset. Don't fall into that trap in the middle of the week. The last line here is really interesting because it's a lot of different energy. First, we have the Chariot reversed. This is so similar to the Six of Wands. It just has a more emotional connotation to it because it is ruled by Cancer. having this Chariot reversed is saying that you're not doing a great job of controlling your emotions. You are probably letting your emotions run the show instead of you running the show. Then we have the Fool next to it. You have this optimism, but at the same time, you have this, I'm not really thinking of this in a logical way. I'm not really putting a plan in place that's going to be successful. It's almost like you have found a way to fuck yourself over before you've even started. And then the end of the spread is the Five of Cups. So now you're all pissed off and you're all sad and you're all mopey about it because we've got Mars in Scorpio, where you're just not going to let something go. You're going to cry about it. You're going to be upset about it when there's really no point. You can avoid all of this shit if you will just realize that you do have what it takes. Hang on to this Nine of Pentacles feeling. Hang on to this Three of Wands feeling, where you know that you can do this, where you know you have what it takes. Let's clarify these cards. Where I want to start clarifying really is where things get funky, and that's really at the Two of Wands. So we're going to start by clarifying the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is Mars initiating energy in Aries, which is an initiating planet. We're applying force to our dreams, and having it reversed, not applying the force, not putting the effort into what you want. And it's clarified by the Ace of Swords. So it looks like you may be dealing with some confusion. You may think, I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, and so you have to get some more information about it. It can also be that you have not gotten the pattern to things, the right, made the list, really, like the steps. That's what I'm getting at. The steps that are needed to pursue this. You might have them a little out of order. You might be skipping some steps, but I do think that you need more information. It doesn't mean that it's a bad idea. It's just that you need more information. The reversed Six of Wands being clarified by, already with the Ten of Cups here. Okay, it may be that you are a little fearful of how this is going to affect your family. Mars in Pisces, that's what the association astrology-wise is with the Ten of Cups. And it looks like for you guys, you feel that your joy and your happiness should always be second place to someone else's, because you don't want the judgment. You don't want them to look at you badly, and so that might be a big part of why you're doubting yourself. Let's look at the Four of Wands. The Four of Swords, the rest, clarified by the Six of Wands, Jupiter in Leo. So with the Six of Wands being the clarification for the Four of Swords, I think that you know that you can do it. I think that you are just deciding that it might take a little bit longer to do. And so you might have to be taking it slower, really is what this feels like to me. I think it's almost like not a complete back to the drawing board, but an evaluation from all perspectives, because there is success here. And I think that that's a big part of this reading, is whatever you're trying to accomplish, I think the cards are encouraging that you absolutely can. I mean, just looking at the clarification cards, Ace of Swords, Ten of Cups, Six of Wands, these are all super positive cards. These are cards about truth and having epiphanies and great ideas, about being emotionally fulfilled by them and about having success. So I think that underneath the difficulty, we do have a message of underlying success. So I don't want you to lose sight of the fact that you can do it, basically. Let's clarify the Five of Cups, because we end on such a sad note. We end on a note of, oh, but I'm unhappy about this, so I'm not going to look at the things that I do have going for me. And having that sadness, that depression, that just generally low spirits at the end of the week after having generally a good reading for the most part. I think that you're letting your emotions control you, and that's really what's happening. Clarified by the Page of Cups. It seems to me like for some of you, you are letting the emotions control you. You are being a little immature about the situation. For some of you, you may be having a totally other issue happening down here. And it may be separate from all of this, where you're sad because you're really wanting somebody, a love interest, quite frankly, to come in and tell you how they feel, to offer you love, to be there for you, and you're still not getting it, and so you're depressed about it. You miss that person, so it's hard for you to focus on all the other things going on in your life because your focus is on this person. Let's also clarify the reverse Chariot. I like to give you guys some alternative meanings because you all have different circumstances and situations in your life, so I want to be able to make it resonate for as many people as I can, and so that's why I'm talking you through what the cards mean. So the reverse Chariot being clarified by the Page of Wands. The Page, or the Princess in the Thoth deck of Wands, is this kind of card of action, adventure, really being excited about the future. So don't hold yourself back based on your emotions and your doubts. Hold yourself to a higher standard. The Fool card again. So we have the Fool here, and then we have the Fool in the Thoth deck. This is a time with a lot of new energy for you, a lot of fresh energy for you, quite frankly. I think that we are turning a corner because I've seen struggle in your readings for quite a while the last few weeks, and I think that now we are getting a new vision, and a lot of times that's what it takes. When we've been depressed and we've been down in the dumps and everything kind of sucks, it takes a new vision to sort of snap you out of that. And this is the week, especially towards the end of the week, that you start to really crystallize what that vision is that you want in your life. And you're beginning to take control of your own life and responsibility for the choices that you make in creating the best life that you can have. Let's go ahead and do your pick a card for your message from the divine. So remember, I'm going to have 3 cards for you to choose from. All the messages may resonate, but I want you to choose one card because one really is for you. Let's go ahead and shuffle for that. Okay. Card number 1, card number 2, card number 3. 1, 2, 3. You know how to pause the video, so I will jump right into it. If you chose card number 1, it is strength. This is just, it's one of those cards that I love because the message is so straightforward. It's telling you be strong and just keep being courageous, putting yourself out there because what you've got coming into your life is worth it. And you know that you have the ability to conquer the emotions, to conquer the doubts and the fears and everything else that gets in your way as well. It's a beautiful, beautiful card that's telling you that better things are around the corner. Just stay strong in the meantime. The second card is the 8 of Coins. This is telling you that you are great at what you do. So if you have any doubts, you need to release them because you are excellent. You have the skills, you have the mastery, and you're going to be able to accomplish whatever you put your energy into. And the last one is the King of Swords. This is a message for you to let your logic do the talking this week, which is very difficult a lot of times for Pisces, because Pisces, you are the dreamer. You want to believe in a better world and better circumstances. And it's hard sometimes for you to know how to get from where things are to that vision that you have. And in this case, you're going to have to quiet some of the emotions and not turning them off, but letting them sit for a second somewhere else, just putting them aside. I'll deal with you later, but right now being very logic based so that you're making really good decisions, and also that you are consulting people that know what they're talking about that can help you along the way. Thanks for watching, Pisces. I'll see you again next week.